Alright everyone, welcome to part 2 out of 3 of my Lightsaber Legends mod showcase. Now today I'll simply be showing you all the different lightsabers, along with maybe the TFG custom sabers. Or in fact, how about this? I will show you all the lightsabers in Lightsaber Legends today, and then I'll show you all the lightsabers in TFG custom sabers, as well as the blasters, in the next video. Hold on, we're just going to grab one real quick knife for combat, just for fun, I guess. Just to have a knife. And then, I guess we'll go right into it. So, we're gonna start with the first two lightsabers, which are my favorites. Anakin's lightsaber is the first one. Oh yeah, almost forgot. I gotta show you guys. I got the debug menu unlock mod, so I have, like, the physics, post-process, graphics, and the best setting for lightsaber dueling, I'd go with, basically keep everything default, but go into post-process, to enable post-processing, put the profile in cinematic, which basically just makes everything more vibrant and it pops more, because I'll show you that this is what Blade and Sorcery is normally like, right? You know, all this stuff. But if you put it on cinematic, everything is just brighter and it pops more, you know? And then I'll enable bloom and turn bloom intensity as far up as it'll go. And then you just go to physics, turn up the physics quality to high, and then turn the texture quality down to medium so that the physics work properly without bugging out the game. But without further ado, let's get to the showcase. Now, since I have this spell, I'll just be showing you all the lightsabers and how they kill. Because why not? That's just the format I feel like doing today for the video. So up first is my favorite lightsaber in the pack, just because of how iconic it is, and well, it's just awesome. I love this lightsaber, and it's really fun to duel with, and it's Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber. And what makes this one so special is this is the Episode 3 version of it, and it's completely iconic to the same exact model that was used in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And, well, it's just a really cool lightsaber, really fun to duel with. It's two-handed, one-handed, everything works well. And it's this really nice blue color, and just works perfectly. And, similar to that, we have Darth Vader's lightsaber, which, almost the same thing. It looks like Darth Vader's lightsaber from Episode 4, and it, you know, it's also super iconic, super cool. And it has the perfect red blade. And it has, like, this red glow effect, too. But yeah, this is Darth Vader's lightsaber. It's a really cool saber. You can whip it around real fast. But yeah, it's really fun to duel with this one as well. Feels kind of like Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber, but it's more of a red color. Now let's get into the ones that I don't use very often. We're just gonna go from top, Jesus, what is with that? From, top left to bottom right. So this is the first lightsaber, and this is Adi Gallia's lightsaber. No idea who that is, but it's just a nice, simple blue lightsaber. And I think it's from the Clone Wars, but correct me if I'm wrong. And then we have Ahsoka Tano's Fulcrum sabers from Rebels, as well as most of her live-action appearances. Oh wait, how did I go into and these have, like, this nice curved hilt to them, which is, like, slightly curved to the point where you don't really notice it, but it's definitely there, and it adds so much. This is the Shoto saber, and as you can see, the Shoto sabers are actually a lot smaller and shorter than the regular ones. And then these are Ahsoka Tano's Clone Wars lightsabers, the blue versions. They didn't have the green ones for some reason, but yeah. Same lightsabers. Same feel. They don't have the curved hilt, and they're more blue. But besides that, they feel like pretty regular, pretty good lightsabers. And then Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber, which I already showed you guys. Here's Anakin's lightsaber from Episode 2. And this is you know, this is a pretty darn basic lightsaber, and it's the exact same one that's used in Star Wars Episode 2. It's almost the same as all the other appearances of Anakin's lightsaber. This is actually a complicated one. This is a lightsaber from the Vader Immortal series, and it has a green blade instead of a blue one, which you start out with for some reason, but it's really cool. Feels just like the lightsaber from Vader Immortal. Kind of feels like I'm playing Vader Immortal again. And you know what? I might as well do the Vader Immortal. I don't have episode 2, but I'll do episodes 1 and 3 as a showcase, just since I have them. But yeah, this is the lightsaber from Vader Immortal. This is Arcan's lightsaber, an Old Republic style yellow lightsaber. I don't know if it's a dual wielding saber or not. I just know it looks good dual wielding them like Ahsoka does. And you can even just dual wield them like this. It looks like a one-handed lightsaber, though. You can't tell me I'm wrong on that. Like, it looks like it's meant to be held right on this thin section here. But, like, it can be used two-handed. It is a much brighter glow than most of the other sabers. It has a wider blade, and overall just, like, a lot bigger of a shape than most other lightsabers. And, yeah, it kind of looks like the ones from the older mod packs. Here's Cal Kestis' lightsaber, which is basically just the cut-in-half Jar T'Pol lightsaber. And it is awesome. Like, this looks just like the thing from Jedi Fallen Order. And also Cal Kestis has the other lightsaber, which splits off from this one, which is also blue for some reason. But yeah, you know, you can take these two lightsabers and pretend like you're Cal Kestis in the dual-wielding form, or even just throw this one away and have this one. So yeah, Cal Kestis' Jedi Fallen Order lightsaber. Looks pretty good, functions even better. I might not show you killing an enemy with every lightsaber today, because that's just tedious to do. Here's another Clone Wars lightsaber. I'm not going to even try to pronounce the name. It's clearly a one-handed saber. Looks pretty cool. Has the small wrap. Hold it pretty easily with one hand. Jesus, I threw that thing fast. Oh. Here's Count Dooku's lightsaber. Now, this is one of the best in the pack, in my opinion, just because of the curved nature and, like, the super detailed model and all that. It just looks so good for a lightsaber. And heck, what if we, like, dual-wielded these and pretended we were Asajj Ventress or something like that? Count Dooku's lightsaber. It actually does have that curve to it, allowing you to hold it straight out from yourself, and it feels more natural to do so. And, this is like, and if you swing it like this, with the ankle pointing down, it's a heavier swing, but it's a harder hit. So you have more leverage on your hit. And then, if you swing it like this, at a further down, it's like a faster, swifter hit. And you can combine those types of hits to create a Count Dooku-like dueling style. And, yeah. It's just the curved nature of it makes it feel so real. Anyway, and then here's the Darksaber. Now, this is one of the sabers that could have been done a lot better, in my opinion. It's still a good saber, not gonna lie, but, like, it could have been done quite a lot better. Like, the hilt, we need to upsize the hilt and, downsize the blade a little, but other than that, it looks awesome. And I love, like, the animation on there. And the detail of it is just immaculate. And it even has, like, a really bright white glow. Which it shouldn't, but it does. And they fixed the issue with it having a white trail by just not giving it a trail and instead making it look like this when you swing it. Which, sure, it does look pretty bland, but it's the only way to get rid of the weird effect of having a white trail for a black lightsaber. And they couldn't just give it a black trail, because that would still look weird. But yeah, that is the hyper thin and super sword-like Darksaber. Here's Darth Revan's dual lightsabers. This is his Jedi lightsaber, which actually has some sharp pokey. But this is his purple Jedi lightsaber when he was first inducted into the Jedi Order. And here's a more simplistic styled Sith lightsaber that Darth Revan made when he turned to the dark side. And as you can see, it looks super good. And Darth Revan's lightsabers. Here's Palpatine's lightsabers, and I'll show you the one and dual wielding because he does both. It's basically just a shorter hilt with a longer blade, and it looks really sleek and really fancy. And it even has just the right amount of weathering. But yeah. And you can dual wield duel with them as well. It's pretty fun because these are single-handed dueling lightsabers that are specifically made for that purpose. And he uses it one-handed, like sometimes, but it's more common to see him dual wielding them. But yeah. Lightsabers. Here's Darth Talon's lightsaber. Now this one is a little big for the hilt part of it, but you can see it has that really good red kyber crystal that is embedded into the stick, wound up by the vines. This is one of the cooler lightsabers in the bundle, and it's like this wooden hilted lightsaber. It's super unique, and the character in question is clearly strongly in tune with nature and the dark side at the same time. And then we move on to the next lightsaber, which I already showed you. But this one, which is the one after Darth Vader's, how do I mess that up? Ezra Bridger's blaster lightsaber. Why can I never say his name? It sounds super good, works really well. It basically just has a unique sound with blue blaster bolts. It looks pretty good. And then you can activate the blade. It may not be movie accurate, but something really cool you can do is like back up from someone in a duel, shoot at them a little, and then go back into it, even though Ezra Bridger is only supposed to be able to fire while the blade is deactivated. It's still pretty cool to be able to. But yeah, I mean, and it has like this handguard type thing. I imagine if this was made out of like a lightsaber resistant material, it could be super effective at like something like someone, and then like this doesn't take the box for some reason, but like locking a lightsaber and then pushing it away from the duel, being able to just have it like just lock the lightsaber hilt would be super useful. Here's Ezra Bridger's other lightsaber, which is not in fact a blaster lightsaber hybrid, but instead came later in the Rebel series when he was more in tune with the Force, and he was able to use his lightsaber better. And it is like this super unique, and it's supposed to only extend out from here and be a super thin blade. But since they didn't want to do that, you know, instead of having a super thin blade extend from here, it just kind of goes on the outside, as you can see here. Just kind of, the blade wraps around it. So it still looks good, but it doesn't look quite as authentic as it could. Now, if they made super thin lightsabers, I'd freaking get those, but I wouldn't get them if they completely replaced the thicker bladed lightsabers. This is, Kanan Jarrus' lightsaber, Ezra Bridger's master. And this one is a pretty darn basic lightsaber. Looks pretty cool. Kind of an Anakin Skywalker inspired theme here. But yeah. And then here's Ki-Adi-Mundi's lightsaber. And he's the what about the droid attack on the Wookiees guy. And pretty basic lightsaber design, nothing special, just a blue lightsaber. Basic hilt, looks pretty good though. And then here's Kit Fisto's lightsaber, another side character, although beloved by the fans. And this is another really basic lightsaber hilt that still looks good. It has a green blade. which matches Kit Fisto's skin and his rank of Jedi Master. But yeah, this is a super cool blade if you're a hardcore Kit Fisto fan. And then here's, I don't know who this character is, but Kyle Katarn's lightsaber, I guess it's called. Why is it hollow? Why is it hollow? What the heck? That's pretty weird. Whatever. But yeah, a basic it has a longer hilt, but besides that, it's like a basic blue lightsaber. I think it's more meant to be used with 2 hands instead of 1. It's more meant to be like something like that. Then here's Leia Organa's lightsaber. And if you don't know why she has one, in the recent sequel trilogy, they showed, in episode 9, they showed a flashback of Leia and Luke dueling as a training exercise. And Leia had a blue lightsaber, which is pretty darn cool. And then Lord Corvax's lightsaber, also from the Vader Immortal series, in episodes 2 and 3, is this lightsaber. Now, unlike the other lightsaber, it has a more developed model. However, it doesn't have the lightning there, which is a bit more accurate, but it's also kind of sad because I liked the lightning. But whatever. It looks really good. It goes basically around the Kyber crystal, like in the game. It doesn't have the lightning effect, but I mean, what can you do? It's a blade and sorcery mod. But yeah, that's also from the Vader Immortal series. Here's Lord Starkiller's lightsaber, which is actually inspired by another pack, and it's from the Force Awakens series. And it's basically just this lightsaber with some prongs here. I don't know if it still is sharp like the other version. Like, I'll show you the other version right now, just because I can. Starkiller's Ultimate Evil lightsaber. Now you can see clearly this one looks a bit better than this one. It's also thinner and it's better to duel with. And this is just pink compared to this. This is way too pink, but here's a basic comparison. They both look good, but I think I prefer this one. Although this one, I think, is a lot sharper. It can, like, pierce enemies' skin. Whereas this one, no can do. It's a dull prongs. Yeah, whereas this one, if you throw it just right, it'll stick into things. Unlike that one. Anyway, moving on from that, we can move on to, where were we again? Luke Skywalker's lightsaber from episode 6, I think? From episode 6, Luke Skywalker's Jedi Master lightsaber, inspired by Kenobi's lightsaber. It's a green-bladed lightsaber, and in the movies it has one of the coolest activations ends. But in the mod, it's not quite as cool, but it's a really cool lightsaber, really iconic to the character, and the model looks absolutely amazing. The shine could have been done a little better, but overall, it looks pretty darn awesome. Here's the version of Anakin's lightsaber from episode 4, where it's a bit different. As you can see, it's a tiny bit different, but minor differences, you know, just some minor differences, but basically functions the same way. And then here is Mace Windu's Padawan lightsaber when he was younger, and this is, I believe, from the comics and graphic novels of Mace Windu. Here's Mace Windu's Jedi Master lightsaber, which the shine is really good. I gotta compare this one as well to the old version. And they both look really good. This one is a bit thicker and a bit girthier, I guess. But, you know, and it has a bit more shine. And this one has a really nice dark violet. And this one has a more accurate and really cool blade to it. And it also doesn't glitter on the top like that. But overall, I think the shine was done a lot better on this one, because this just has 4 pieces of shine coming out of it, whereas this one is an actual glow effect. And I love the sound of it. The sound is louder and it's a bit better. Just overall, it's a lot better of a lightsaber than it used to be. I'm glad we got Lightsaber Legends, because it is so good. Speaking of so good, now I'm going to compare Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsabers, because I feel like it. This one is, of course, a lot smaller. This one, I believe, this one is more based on Ben Kenobi's lightsaber from Episode 4, whereas this one is based on the Episode 3 version of Obi-Wan Kenobi. As you can see, this one is a pretty darn good lightsaber, and it's not bad at all, but this one was done so much better. And it feels super good to duel with as well, like, doing the whole... Yeah. You get the idea. Obi-Wan Kenobi is, cool. Anyway, moving on. We need to stop comparing lightsabers, because this video is going to take way too long. Moving on from that, we have Kenobi's Padawan lightsaber from Episode 1. And it's basically your basic Padawan lightsaber. Same one that was in Episode 1. Same one as it's been for quite a while now. I'm just glad we got the Padawan version, because... you know, we didn't have it before, and it's just nice to be able to recreate Episode 1. Now, we don't have Darth Maul's in this pack yet. However, if we go to the previous lightsabers, the Darth Maul one is still pretty darn good. You know? Speaking of this event, the Darth Maul versus Kenobi and Qui-Gon fight. Before we get there, here's this lightsaber. I don't know whose it is, I don't know what it does. It's just a lightsaber. Another one from the Old Republic, I believe. Classic Jedi lightsaber. Along with this one, this is a basic lightsaber. Plo Koon, you know, the really cool guy who was basically a goat in the Clone Wars. Here's Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber. So now we have the full Episode 1 collection here. Now, again, Darth Maul's lightsaber is not in the Lightsaber Legends pack, but it still looks good, even though it's from one of the older mods. And it swings relatively okay with one hand, but you can't, like, get any spins in. And to do that, you gotta grab it by the ribs with each hand, and just spin your hands. And from first person, it looks kind of silly, but in third person, yeah. But this isn't a mod showcase for any older mods. Today, we're focusing on these. But yeah, now you can have you can have Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn fighting Darth Maul. So that's fun. Moving on from that, we have basically the Episode 9 version of Anakin's lightsaber when it was reforged. I kind of hate it, but not really. It's okay-ish. Prefer the Episode 3 and 4 appearances, mainly Episode 3 appearance, but, you know, it looks like it's definitely, like, cool that they decided to reforge the lightsaber if it was broken, but how in the heck do you do that? Whatever, we're not questioning logic today, because people have done that enough with the sequels. That one's auto-activated. This one activates with the trigger, which is stupid. This lightsaber doesn't want you to use it. It is so annoying to use that I feel like the developers were straight up attacking Rey by just giving you a really bad lightsaber. It activates with the trigger and the spell use button for some reason, but it looks okay. It's basically just a yellow lightsaber. It works fine. I'm actually not really a fan of it, though, because it looks way too rustic to be a Star Wars lightsaber. Too, I don't know, too steampunk for me. As a Star Wars thing. Speaking of not very Star Wars, this is a lightsaber, and it's Saul Goodman, because why not? He's a purple lightsaber with a blue glow, because I don't know. They decided to. But yeah, Saul Goodman as a lightsaber. Who asked for this? Probably a lot of people for some reason. But yeah, we got a Saul Goodman lightsaber. Moving on, we have the 2 versions of Starkiller's lightsaber. Each of them has the exposed kyber crystal and the glowing part of it. And the kyber crystals glow. Like, they do. They actually glow. Anyway, it's basically just a red and a blue version of Anakin's. It's like a copy of Anakin's lightsaber, except it's red and blue, and it's okay-ish. It's really weird, but, you know, Starkiller's lightsabers. And I'd say this is one of the better red lightsabers as well. I still prefer Darth Vader's because of the iconic part of it, but, you know, this is still a good red lightsaber, too. Moving on, we have this guy's lightsaber, an Old Republic style. An Old Republic style Sith lightsaber, because why not? And it's an okay lightsaber. It's a red lightsaber. Nothing special. And finally, last but certainly not least, Yoda's lightsaber. Ooh, the tiny green. Now, if I bring my camera in a little closer here, and we do a third-person lightsaber duel, you'll see why it's so cool. He's got one of the older lightsabers. I gotta end the video really soon here, because my headset's about to die. I haven't turned on any cheats, so I'm probably gonna die if I don't do this. But might as well kill one enemy today. Usually it sounds better. Hold on. Alright, folks, that's the video. I will see you guys in the third part of this series, where I'll be covering TFG custom sabers as well as the blasters. So, without further ado, goodbye.